This is a calm Italian bedtime story. Let your eyes close and simply listen. There are places where time behaves differently, not because something magical happens and not because clocks stop working. Time is still there. It simply changes its attitude. Italy has learned this over centuries. Tonight, you find yourself inside one of those moments. You are walking, but not toward a destination. The movement feels optional, almost symbolic. The ground beneath your feet is stone, gently uneven, shaped by years of quiet use rather than urgency. Each step lands softly. The sound is low, absorbed by the space around you. Nothing echoes sharply here. Even movement feels considerate. The light is already low, not dark, but settled. The sky holds a deep blue tone, layered and calm, like fabric folded many times. Clouds move slowly above, drifting without direction, without intention. You breathe in. The air feels cooler than earlier, but comfortable. It carries the faint scent of stone that has released warmth slowly, mixed with something distant and familiar. Perhaps wood, perhaps earth, perhaps the memory of dinner lingering behind closed doors. You breathe out. Your shoulders lower slightly without instruction. The buildings around you are quiet. Their walls are textured, warm-toned, softened by time. Windows appear at irregular heights, some dark, some glowing faintly. Curtains rest still. Shutters are closed gently, not tightly. Nothing feels locked away. You walk past a doorway where a small light shines beneath the frame. Someone inside has chosen rest. The choice feels contagious. Time loosens. You are no longer aware of how long you have been walking. The thought simply does not appear. Instead, your attention settles on small details. The way light fades gradually along the stone. The way shadow does not feel heavy, only present. The way the air feels thicker, slower, as if it has learned patience. You turn a corner. The street narrows slightly, not to confine you, but to quiet you. The walls move closer, and the sound of your steps becomes even softer. Here, the street feels held, protected from wind and distraction. A lantern hangs above, glowing warmly. You step into its light. For a moment, the stones beneath your feet reveal their surface. Small imperfections, rounded edges, signs of age that feel reassuring rather than worn. You step out of the light again. Shadow welcomes you without resistance. This is where time begins to stretch. Not forward, not backward, outward. Your thoughts begin to lose urgency. They still exist, but they no longer press. They slow down, matching the pace of your steps. You pass a small square. It is not large. It does not impress. It simply exists. A bench rests beneath a tree whose leaves move gently above. The movement creates shifting shadows on the ground. slow and rhythmic. A fountain murmurs nearby, water touching stone, in a pattern that does not repeat exactly, yet never surprises. You sit. The bench is cool, solid, steady. It holds you easily. From here, the square feels balanced. Lamps at the edges glow softly. The buildings stand quietly, content to observe rather than participate. You listen. Water, air, the distant hum of a place that has decided the day is finished. You notice how your breathing has changed. Longer inhales, slower exhales. The narrator might say that in Italy, time is not something you conquer. It is something you live alongside. The streets have watched people hurry and people linger. They have learned which one lasts. You stand again and continue walking. The street slopes gently downward now. The stones beneath your feet feel smoother, shaped by centuries of careful use. Your steps follow the slope naturally, without effort. As you descend, the world grows quieter, not empty, just simplified. A bell rings somewhere in the distance, marking the hour. The sound travels slowly, then dissolves into the air. It does not call you. It does not warn you. It simply acknowledges that time is still moving, even as it relaxes. You reach another open space. This one feels different, more exposed, more spacious. Here, the sky feels closer, darker now, deeper. Stars appear faintly, scattered rather than sharp. They do not compete for attention. They wait. You stop and look up. Time stretches again. The idea of minutes fades. The idea of sequence softens. Everything feels suspended inside a wide, quiet moment. You walk again. A narrow archway frames the next street. Passing beneath it feels like moving through a pause. The stone above is smooth, cool, familiar. On the other side, the street continues unchanged, yet calmer. You pass a small shop with shutters closed tightly. The sign above moves slightly in the breeze, making a soft, rhythmic sound. It repeats, then slows, then stops. You notice how even sound seems to grow tired here. The street curves gently, guiding you without instruction. Lamps appear at irregular intervals, creating a slow pattern of light and shadow. Each pool of light feels like a moment of awareness. Each shadow feels like permission to rest. You are no longer thinking about where you are. You are inside the pace itself. You reach a low stone wall. Beyond it, the land falls away into darkness. You cannot see details, and you do not try. The darkness does not feel empty. It feels wide. You rest your hands on the stone. It is cool, steady, patient. Stone understands time. You lean slightly forward and breathe. The air feels open here, as if it has room to hold your breath without rushing it back out. A narrator might say that this is where Italy hides its secret, not in monuments, not in beauty, but in the way evening teaches the world how to slow down without stopping. You turn away from the wall. The walk feels shorter now, closer to ending. Not because you are tired, but because your body has settled into readiness for rest. You follow a familiar curve and reach a doorway that feels right. Inside, the air is warmer, still. You step in and close the door softly behind you. Outside, time continues its gentle pace. The lights remain warm. The streets remain calm. The sky continues to move slowly above stone and shadow. Inside, your body releases what it has been holding. Hands loosen, shoulders soften, breathing deepens. Time does not disappear. It simply gives you space. Thoughts drift without attachment. Awareness narrows gently. The world feels far enough away to be safe. Sleep arrives the same way time slowed down. Gradually, naturally, without effort, and you let it. More Italian bedtime stories coming very soon. If you enjoyed this moment of calm, subscribe and like the video for more gentle storytelling.